Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, what's up, what's up? DSP here, live on the stream for you. Today is Friday, May 5th, 2017, and it is a big day because it is a new release day. You know, typically, at least here in the United States, we don't have many game releases on Fridays. Although, I'd say the past few years, they've become a little bit more frequent. It seems that certain publishers have started to wise up to the fact that doing a worldwide release instead of releasing a game one day in one country and another day in another country is a better idea. I've always agreed with a worldwide release date. Okay. I've always said that it makes more sense to have everyone play the game at once rather than have a small group of people or one isolated group of people be able to get it ahead of another. Okay. So today is a new release. What is today? Today we are playing Prey. Now, this game seems to be very polarizing, but I'm not exactly sure if it's for the right reasons, and allow me to explain, everybody. So, Prey is from Bethesda. If you're not aware, Bethesda is a publisher that has published many great games in the past, including the recent Fallout games, the Skyrim series, I almost said, the Elder Scrolls series, Doom, okay, just recently, Dishonored 2. So they do a lot of games, a lot of different series, IPs, you would call them, intellectual property, right? And so, when it was announced that they would be making Prey, it was kind of a mixed bag of reactions because Prey is a game that used to exist, alright? This is already an existing line of games. And I guess what they said is they were going to reboot it, basically, start it over. It wasn't like, originally, from what I'm to understand, this was supposed to be a direct sequel to the original Prey game. And then what ended up happening was, as what happens with a lot of games these days, they got caught up in development hell. For whatever reason, they decided to scrap the project and start completely over. And at some point, while starting completely over, they decided that they were going to make it a reboot of the series, a restarting, rather than a sequel. And I think a lot of people have issue with that, especially if you like the original game in the series. You're going to be disappointed. You know, maybe you like the original plotline of the original game. Maybe you like the gameplay of the original game, and you're disappointed that they threw it out, right? I get that, all right? I totally get that. There's been many game franchises over the years that decide to go for a different thing, a different way, a different path, rather than where the series had been in the past. And it could be very, very polarizing, all right? And we're going to see firsthand today what this game is all about. Now, I never played the original Prey, so I don't have a frame of reference to say, oh, this is better or this is worse than the original game. And therefore, maybe I'll be a little bit more lenient on it, especially if people like the original game and they're pissed that this game isn't what that original game was. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I can't really say, you know, oh, you know, this is going to be so good because it's fresh and a great reboot, or, oh, you know, this is disappointing because it's not what the original was. For me, I'm going to be taking it with kind of a fresh perspective, I think, okay? Now, it's funny because I've heard a ton of varying opinions about this game in the past couple of days. A few people played the demo that I know of. You know, the demo came out last week and said, oh, I loved the demo. It had a great atmosphere. It was interesting. It seems like a combination of gameplay from a few different IPs that Bethesda puts out, like maybe Dishonored combined with almost with Bioshock-like gameplay, but also it's got a Dead Space vibe to it. Now, to me, that sounds good. Okay? To me, that sounds great. To me, that's like a combination for success. Those are good franchises, right? But at the same time, again, I can understand if this isn't what the original game was, how you could be disappointed. It's much like, think about this, remember the Resident Evil, what they did with it? It was, you know, classic survival horror, and then when they adapted it into a more action-based series, everyone got angry. And now it's a first-person survival game, so it's even more different. So I got even more people who are upset. But then again, there's a lot of people who really like what's happened with Resident Evil 7. So, Prey, it remains to be seen, will this be a success or not, okay? By the way, shout out to Dooley258, who just did the very first cheer of the day. 250 bits, and he says, thanks for helping me decide if I should buy this game. I don't know how I did that yet, because I haven't played it yet. Maybe you mean because I'm playing it today, it'll help you decide. But hey, that's one of the major reasons why I cover new releases. Because I hope that my coverage of these games on release day, you'll be able to see the game firsthand, what it is, and hear my judgments on it and my opinions on it, and from there you can basically judge for yourself. You know, a lot of people know how I think. I've been doing this for 8+ years. If you've been watching me for 8+ years, you probably know how I think by now. And you know what kind of game I like, and you know what kind of game I don't like. Okay? So, yeah, you'll maybe be able to get an idea of if this is a game for you based off of the first few hours of gameplay here. Oh, by the way, WJR02003 just reminded me. He told me last night, he's telling me again, when you boot the game up, for some reason, it's loud as shit at first, and then as soon as you get past the intro screens, then it's normal volume. Thank you, WJR. I guess what we'll do is I'll lower the volume for the initial part. I'll probably take my headphones off, and then I'll lower the volume on stream here. Okay. So thank you, everyone, for being here for the premiere of Prey. Now, let's talk a little bit, all right? Because today I am doing double streams of Prey in honor of the, you know, the release here. It's the new game for the week. But I want to explain what's going to happen because it's not a typical day for me. All right. So we're going to be starting in just a couple minutes once I finish with pre-stream. Okay. And this stream will be running. Now, I am recording. By the way, folks, yes, today I am recording as usual for YouTube. And all of today's footage of Prey will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, DSPGaming. Okay. So, FYI, just so you're aware, everything's back to normal with my YouTube channels, and uploads will resume normally, alright? Today I will be uploading all the Prey footage that I record here on the stream. I will be uploading to DSPGaming. So, I know I am way backlogged on videos for DSPGaming. I will gradually be uploading those over the next few days to get caught up. But for now, today, it's all about Prey. Today's the big new release day. It's all about Prey. That's what people want to see. That's what you're going to get. Alright? Okay, so, yes, everything is good to go. I'll be recording Prey and uploading later today all the footage. So, if you miss the stream, and you can't check out the stream, or you can't be here all day for the streams, you can watch the video on demand on DSP Gaming later today, okay? Now, that being said, alright, all that being said, I am not going to be archiving the streams anymore on my Twitch channel. I know that all this week, because I was not uploading actively to DSP Gaming, I was leaving every single stream archived. In fact, up to last night, I did that. I left the streams live, so if you wanted to watch them back afterward, you could watch them here on my Twitch channel. That stops today, because now all this footage is going to start going back on DSP Gaming. There's no reason to have it in two places at once, okay? Fair enough. Makes sense? I'm not going to delete the archive streams that I have on here. I'm going to leave them, but I am going to, you know, not be leaving those archived here anymore because I want people to watch on YouTube. I need you to watch on YouTube so that I can pay my bills, okay? All right. So, we're going to begin shortly right after pre-stream with Prey. During the course of the stream, if you cheer with bits, if you subscribe to my channel, or if you leave me a tip, any of those things, you will get an on-screen notification. You know, that basically shares a message. You can put a message into when you do those things. And I will acknowledge you and give you a thank you shout out during the course of the stream. You know, also during the stream, I'll be interacting with stream chat here and there. Okay? So, there you have it. That's kind of the deal. I actually have a few custom pop-up animations for this gameplay playthrough. It's courtesy of Dr. Zombius. He made 2 custom animations for the Prey playthrough. One is going to be for cheers, and one is going to be for tips. The subs is still a more generic one, but he made 2 custom ones for this playthrough. So anyone who cheers or tips during the playthrough, you'll get a cool custom pop-up that has to do with Prey. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. So there you go. That's going to be fun, right? And I am appreciative of anyone who does cheer or sub or tip me during the stream. In particular, right now, it's the 5th of May. I have 5 more days to go until I receive that payment from Curse for the month of March, which should massively help me and obviously get me caught up on my bills and everything. If you have the option of doing anything today, I would ask if you could please tip me, because if you tip me, I do get that right away. and I'll be able to help me, you know, pay my bills. I have 5 days left to go, and I believe there's like 3 more days where bills are clearing here. If I can get to the 10th, we're good to go, but I have to get there, okay? That being said, thank you to everyone who has been participating this week. Even though this week I was not able to upload videos to YouTube for several days, you guys were awesome. You still came out to the streams, you checked everything out, you were very interactive with me, and you helped me out with all that support, okay? And I just want to say thank you because it's been a great week, and I'm looking forward to the rest of May. In particular, you know, this game, obviously, but also Injustice 2, and all of that is going to be great stuff later this month, all right? But yeah, if you're interested in, gee, how do I tip? Phil's talking about tipping. Just look below the stream right now, here on the Twitch page. There's a section in the, you know, there's a grid of information there. There's links to all of my stuff. There's you know, all kinds of stuff there. Rules are listed for the stream. There's a tip section. It's a picture of me with Pokemon posing. If you click on that, it takes you to my tips page. You can either leave an anonymous tip if you don't want to give out your name, or you can put in your name and a message that, again, I'll give you a thank you shout out during the stream. Okay? So there you have it. Thank you to everyone who's done that, okay? Shout out to Kyson, who did a 10-bit cheer. He says, when's Persona? Persona will be continuing. Persona will be continuing probably this week, but more than likely not this weekend. This weekend is going to be consistent of Prey, and then probably more of the Neo DLC, and then probably Persona, I'll mix it in this coming week, okay? Marky117 did a 35-bit cheer and said, Injustice hype. Yes, I am hyped for Injustice. I'm very hyped for Injustice. You pretty much know it's going to be a good game. Any of these games from NetherRealm have tons of content, right? And I'm excited. That's coming up in just a couple weeks. The first fighting game, by the way, I've played it in quite a while. So it'll be good to have some fighting game coverage mixed in with all my other stuff. Okay. So, folks, here's the deal. Here is the deal, ladies and gents. This stream is going to be around 3 gameplay hours. Maybe give or take a little bit more or less. It depends on, you know, how long my break takes and stuff like that, because I do take 1 break during the stream. And it is ending a little earlier. Usually, typically, what my earlier streams for the day end around 4 p.m. Today, I have to end at 3. Okay, so I apologize up front to everyone that I do have to finish early. It's for a good reason. I've been, you know, as you know, I've been car shopping recently, folks. And, yeah, I've been car shopping recently. And, I'm going to a dealership tonight to have a dealership run some numbers for me in regards to a car that I'm looking at. I need to see if it's something that could fit into our budget and all of that. Okay. But the thing is, the guy sadly is only working till a certain time, and actually he's staying late for me to try to go by there to have the numbers run. So I have to leave a little early, end it a little early to head out there and, you know, see. And we're not buying a car yet, but this is good because basically the way it works is month to month, every car dealership in the United States has different deals and different promotions. So since it's early in May, we can run the numbers now. And then if everything's good by the end of the month, we can probably close the deal and have a new car. And then I can just worry about returning my old leased car in June when it's due to be returned. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I have to leave early today. So the first stream will end at 3 p.m. At that point, I'll upload all those videos to DSPGaming for those who were not here live for the stream. And then I'm coming back later tonight around 7 p.m. for the second stream, which will be about another 2 hours of Prey gameplay. All right. So all in all, today should be about 5 hours of gameplay of Prey. 5 hours. All right. So there you have it. 5 hours of gameplay. Oh, wait a minute. Thank you to... Oh, there was a tip. Sorry. Oh, it's a troll tip. We got a troll tip of $1. Someone impersonating someone, so I'm not going to read the message. A nice troll tip. Troll lol 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 lol. There you go. So yeah, so there you go, folks. 3 hours of gameplay of Prey right now. 2 hours of Prey gameplay later tonight. Okay? Tomorrow, Saturday, folks, it's going to be more Prey. Now, tomorrow will be a normal stream session where I'll probably be doing about 4 hours of gameplay. All right? And then tomorrow night, I will be concluding my Danganronpa playthrough. And considering I already streamed Danganronpa several times this week, yes, I will be streaming it tomorrow night as well. Okay? So just to make that clear, I hadn't been streaming Danganronpa, but because I couldn't upload to YouTube this week, I started streaming it. I'm going to do that tomorrow night. I'm going to conclude it here live on stream for everyone. Okay? Shout out to Zavon, who gave me a $20 tip. He says, I skipped my nightly mouth down south session, and you blue-balled me last night with Danganronpa anyway. Good game. Yes, last night we were in the end game of Danganronpa here on stream, but I ran out of time, and people were saying there was still at least 30 minutes to an hour left of the game, if not more, depending on how well I did. So, the conclusion will be Saturday night. Sorry you missed your mouth down south session. What the fuck? The mouth down south? I can't believe they put that in the game. The mouth down south. What on earth? That is so bizarre. But that's in the freaking game. And shout out to FZ. Oh my goodness. Dude, you have the hardest name to pronounce I've ever seen on Twitch. FZBRAVOZF. So that's Fizbrazov. Well, anyway, Fizbrazov. Thank you for the 100-bit cheer. I apologize that I can't pronounce your name better. But that is a very complicated name. If that is your real name, that's either really awesome and unique or really sad, and I'm sorry that that's your real name because no one could say your name. Holy crap. All right. Now, I got a few other things to talk about here, everybody. A few other things to talk about. Oh, his name is FZ Bravo ZF. Oh my god, are you serious? So he had a suffix and a prefix to his name, and it made the name look so complicated, I look like a fool now. How dare you? And remove the suffix and prefix immediately. How dare you? Alright, anyway. Oh. Shout out and thank you to Big Tone 995, who just tipped me $4. He says, looking forward to see you finish Danganronpa. Best game playthrough that you've done all year, in my opinion. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Big Tone. I really like Danganronpa, even though the game is incredibly friggin' long. It's been a crazy ride and a lot of fun, a big mystery, and I'm excited to see the conclusion because I think we pretty much have figured it out. We've figured out what's going on in the game, but we have to see how it ends. So that's going to be Saturday night, folks. Okay. Alright, I have a few other things to talk about, everybody. First of all, if you haven't noticed here, running here on pre-stream, we've got new merch on my Teespring store. The Master of Stealth product line. It's obviously an inside joke, folks. You probably can't read the line of text that's the subtitle for all of these shirts. But FYI, it says Master of Stealth, and there's a picture of me dressed up as Snake. And then underneath it says, tactically getting found. Always. So it's a joke. It's not that I'm being serious about being a Master of Stealth, everyone. It's an inside joke to the fact that I absolutely suck at stealth games. Usually. Typically. It was funny because Metal Gear Solid 5, I actually didn't do too bad. But I'd say every other stealth game I've ever played, I've sucked monkey ass at. Okay? So check it out. They're at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. It's not just that, but there's also all of those really well received logos, like the Skull logo, the DSP Gaming channel logos, all kinds of stuff available on merch right now. All right, I've been wearing these shirts from time to time. People seem to really like them. By the way, if you do happen to purchase a piece of merchandise from my Teespring store, once you get it, if you take a picture and send it to me on Twitter, I will retweet that for you, so everyone can check it out. You know, it gives you a little bit of attention for checking out the merch. The merch is great, by the way. Great quality stuff. I've been very pleased with everything I've gotten out of Teespring so far, and I certainly hope that all of you will continue to check out the store. That also, Teespring is a big help to me. You get a cool piece of merch that you get to wear, right? A nice shirt or whatever. I get a big chunk of revenue out of that. It's actually very profitable compared to years and years ago. I used to do Cafe Press, right? Cafe Press was terrible. I would seriously get like $1 to $2 per shirt. Here, it's pretty good. Let me put it that way. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but it is pretty good. And I do want to say thank you to everyone who did get something so far. That money was, helped me out big time. Helped me pay those bills in that time frame here when everything was in jeopardy. Everything was in flux. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if I was going to be able to keep doing this and pay my bills. As of right now, it's actually looking pretty good, and I'm hoping that the more, the further we get this year, the more I can build my Twitch presence, and hopefully by the end of the year, a lot of people coming out for my Twitch streams, and it'll end up being, better than before. It'll end up maybe being even better than it's been the past couple of years. Right now, I'm loving what I'm doing. I hope you guys are loving the way that I'm covering everything now, too, right? So, thank you, everyone, for your very big positivity, all right? I appreciate that. I appreciate the positivity, and I appreciate you coming out and participating with the bits and the cheers and the subs and watching the videos on YouTube and being patient this week when I couldn't upload to YouTube. Everyone's been awesome. You guys and gals have been absolutely awesome, and I am very appreciative. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay? A few more things, everyone. Just a few more quick things, then we'll get started. I don't want to keep going here. Patreon. We did hit the monthly goal of Patreon in the month of April, but it was incredibly close. I'm not even kidding you. I looked it up. I think we hit the goal by $17, which is crazy because we've been way over the goal for like the last 6 months, and it seems a lot of people withdrew their patron pledges. I'm getting the feeling it's because a lot of people came over here to Twitch and subbed and started cheering, and therefore, if you're going to do that, obviously, you can't also do the patron thing. But I am very appreciative to those of you who are patrons of mine. This means that there will be a new Patron's Choice playthrough, and it's actually going to be Sunday night that I'll be messaging everyone who pledged to my Patreon in the month of April on the website, okay? I will be giving you your info on what I need from you to get you your perks. And then what I'm going to do is set it up so people can start nominating and voting on a game that will be the next Patron's Choice playthrough. Now that Danganronpa's concluding, it'll be cool to see what's going to be next in contention, all right? So that's going to be this Sunday night. Now, also this month, I am going to be holding the celebratory goal event from Patreon from the people who pledged in the month of March, okay? This is going to be the Twitch and Chill patrons-only stream where we play Jackbox Party Pack, and then it's actually going to end up switching over from being just patrons for a couple hours to being patrons versus challengers, which could probably going to end up, let's face it, it's going to probably be my trolls and haters are going to try to join. So, that's going to be cool. Jackbox Party Pack, patrons versus haters. That's going to be a cool event. That's coming up this month. I can't give you a date yet, but it's either going to be the second week next week, or it's going to be the fourth week of May. So, the next to last week, because those are 2 weeks where there's not a lot going on in new game release time, okay? Actually, what I'm waiting to hear back from the patrons and hear what's the best time frame for them, and I'm going to do it based on that, okay? Also, Hate Live, my podcast, okay, is returning, all right? My podcast is returning this month. I already announced this formally last week, but I'll shout it out again. It is coming back, and this time around, it's going to be more Twitch-focused, and what I mean by that is I'm going to live stream it right here on Twitch, and you're going to be here live. I'm going to be interacting and talking with people in the stream chat. People will be cheering and, doing all that, and I'll be interacting with them. While I'm covering things like game news, my opinions on recent releases and stuff like that, everything. I'll be talking about all this kind of stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for Hate Live to return. Hate Live was one of my favorite things to do, and a lot of people loved when I did it, and it's sad that it went away for over a year, but now it's back. It's coming back, okay? That's going to be awesome. Shout out to Mobo Bomo, who just did a $5 tip, and he says, "You're awesome too, Phil." Thank you, Mobo Bomo, for the support. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see, what else? I just want to finish up here. Anyway, this month, the patron goal, I don't have one yet. I'm going to be honest with everyone. I'm not sure what to do for the patron goal this month. I'm thinking it's going to be another kind of a marathon. Previous marathons that I've done, you typically are pretty successful. I mean, I just did the worst games ever marathon. Maybe I could do something like another Indies marathon. I haven't done an Indies marathon in quite a long time. It was like, the fall, I think? The last one? I can't even remember the last one I did. So we'll see. I got to think of a good goal, and set it up. And I'll have more info on that within the next week or two. Hopefully by mid-May, I'll have that goal set up for you here, so we can talk a little bit more about that. Outside of all that, I don't have much else to talk about. I will give a shout out to my fiance's store, The Black Current. Oh, hold on. Before I do that, thank you to Ensalor, who just resubscribed to the channel for the 2nd month in a row. Thank you, Ensalor, for your support. Appreciate that. Okay, my girlfriend's store, The Black Current. She sells handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts. She's actually been very hard at work this week. She's been making all new batches of soap, which very shortly she's going to be adding to the store. Okay? I believe it's within the next week or two. She's going to be adding tons of new batches of soap to the store. She's restocking a lot of the springtime style soaps that have sold out. And I believe she's also adding a few new lines of soap. If you haven't checked it out for yourself, I definitely recommend you do. This is really high quality stuff. Alright, and she people who've checked it out love it. If you don't believe me, check out the site for yourself, and you're going to see tons of positive customer feedback that she's received in the over 2 years that the shop has been active. Check it out there, etsy.com/shop/theblackcurrent. It's a good thing for yourself. I only wash with her soap. In fact, Kentish Rain is what I'm using right now, and I love it. And I believe she's restocking the store with Kentish Rain this week. But yeah, I love her stuff. And it's great not only for yourself, but as a gift. Don't think of it as like, oh man, Phil's plugging soap. I don't care about this. I'm a gamer, right? Dudes and dudettes. This stuff is good stuff. It's good for your body. It makes you smell great. It's better than the soap you buy in the store, which usually is crappy quality. I haven't used store-bought soap in a good 4 years. Since I've been dating her. We've been dating for 5 years. She started making soap about a year into our relationship. And I've been using her soap ever since. And as long as she wants to keep making it for me, I'm not going to go back because this shit is good. Everyone needs a good wash. Especially now it's starting to heat up. It's been very hot here in Washington the past couple of days. We had thunderstorms last night and it's been like in the 70s. You need to keep clean, folks. So please, check it out. The Black Current. Good quality stuff. Alright. Alright, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about. I can't really think of anything. I think I've covered all the bases. So I think it's time to start with my playthrough of Prey. Check it out and see exactly what it's about, right? Actually, you know what? Before we start, my left nostril is kind of congested. I'm going to pop a decongestant, only because I think it's because of allergies. All the pollen and dust allergies that I have. This is good. I bought these cheap-ass decongestants on Amazon. And I only use them once every few days. I'll take one. Whenever I feel like I'm feeling a little congested like I am today. And it helps out because it helps with the streaming. It really does. Within like an hour, usually I'm all cleared out. So, I'm taking one of this here. And shout out to Wolf of the Dawn, who just did a 50-bit cheer. He said, woo, I made it to the stream. Looking forward to your covering of this game. I am as well. And we're about to start. Is everyone ready to begin? Ugh, I got hair in my mouth. Ugh. Yuck. Alright. Let's end the pre-stream. And, let's get started. Thank you, everyone. Let us begin with Prey. Let's see how this game is. After all the hype and all the kind of diversive opinions about it, let's finally jump in and let's enjoy. Here we go.